Charlie was 1 in a million. He inspired so many people and helped so many people, and I'm really proud of him for that.
I could talk to you all day about things about Charlie. Charlie was your biggest supporter, no matter who you were. You know, he was always rooting for the underdog and wanted people to succeed.
I love being his sister. It was an absolute honour. He was just such a good person, and even through all his mental health struggles, he literally would make it his mission to make sure that you were okay. And I just look back now and I just think it almost made him more determined to care for others and to do good for others.
He was charismatic. He always wanted to better himself in life, and for those that were close around him, he wanted exactly the same.
Out of all the memories though, to be honest, the one thing which for me is just his smile and his laugh. God. Yeah, his laugh. I'd give anything just to hear that laugh again. Like,
CDLF obviously started on the back of a very sad scenario in 2020. So we just were all sort of going through the process together and getting together and sharing stories of Charlie. And I think we all had a sort of a common theme that we all wanted to do something. We all wanted to do something in his memory, do something to carry on his legacy of all this great charitable work that he was doing around York, really.
Our first thing that we ever did, our launch event, was Mile of Life. And we raised money then for Mind and for Sash.
The concept of Mile of Life is we ask people to join our group on Strava, which is a dedicated group to the foundation. You are accepted into the group, and then we ask you to complete miles during the course of a month. So it's from the 23rd of May to the 23rd of June, which is Charlie's birthday. The miles covered, we always wish to complete the number of deaths by suicide from the previous year.
It's everything the foundation's about. It's getting people active. It's getting people talking, but getting people together. And everything that event is about is helping mental health, really.
It reached so much more than what we could ever have expected, and the money that we raised, that money's gone to help other people. And again, that's Charlie, and it's his voice that's done it.
Charlie worked with a couple of key organisations in York because he was based in York. And initially, I think when we'd set up the foundation, we'd sort of said, look, we'll just carry on working with them. But then it became evident that the need was so much more. A huge partnership for us this year, most certainly, has been the development we have with Menfulness. So Menfulness are a men's mental health charity based in York. We work really closely with them as a partnership, and we grant them so we can have someone in front of a counsellor or therapist within 72 hours. That to me is gold.
The partnership really offers two things. The first thing is the exposure, I suppose. Now, what I mean by exposure is we are driving to achieve certain goals, as in breaking the stigma behind men's mental health, reducing male suicide in this region for now while we are regional. Those sorts of goals, and they are not modest targets. So we know that we can't do that on our own. We need to work with partners, and CDLF are perfect for that, because the exposure that CDLF give us through sharing on social media platforms or talking about us or understanding that this individual who's approached them, we can support as Menfulness. And the second thing is obviously fundraising. These events and activities, they don't run themselves, but obviously the counselling, which is the real life-changing stuff, it doesn't come cheap, so we obviously need to fund that.
And I think the foundation are delighted to know that because we're all volunteers, none of us get paid. We do it because we're passionate about it and with a lived experience, and hopefully it'll make a difference. And we get so much from it. They're able to know that that money is purely being spent on the counselling.
For an example of where the money's spent, a lady called Nikki Jenkins, who ran the Hardmoors 55 this year for the foundation, managed to raise £1,311, which provided 13 people with 6 counselling sessions who possibly were at crisis point. If they had gone to the NHS, they would have had at least a 15-month wait for that.
I decided to use the foundation, or to help the foundation, to not only to raise money but also raise awareness as well. So I have a history of mental health illness myself, first being diagnosed with depression when I was about 19. So that's a massive part of why I want to support the foundation, is because I know that they are helping people at crisis point. And that's really nice as well, because I know where the money's gone. 13 individuals got 6 counselling sessions each at that point of crisis. So they get seen within 72 hours. So the chances of preventing something obviously going horribly wrong is much better.
So our money goes into, we've just got a CDLF account. That money goes into there, and then our aim is that every quarter we're able to donate to somebody who is in need, another organisation that's in need. So essentially we are fundraising on behalf of other organisations that can directly help people.
So CDLF really generously made a grant donation of £10,000, which enabled SASH to continue delivering some of our work with young people. So one aspect that the grant funded was our emergency accommodation scheme. So we provide crisis support for young people who need somewhere to stay in at night. And the grant enabled us to make a payment to hosts who provide that accommodation so that they wouldn't be out of pocket for providing this support for young people.
I think what's touched me so much on a personal level through the foundation is so many people being so kind, and the donations that they've made, the events that they've possibly done, is because of Charlie, because of his kindness. I feel like people have done, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like people have done more because of Charlie.
Yeah, so people can donate to the charity in a number of ways. They can clearly put their hand in the pocket at any of our any events. They can set up their own charity page, whether it be Just Giving or something similar, or they can go direct to our website, where there is a link that would enable you to make any kind of donation you wish to the charity.
I think if Charlie could see this now, and we'd obviously love him to be part of this with us, but yeah, I think he'd be very proud that we're carrying on his name and his ambition for helping the community.
This is everything that Charlie would have wanted. I mean, we are essentially Charlie's voice now. You know, we are doing what he would have wanted to do, and you can just see his beaming smile down. Go on, guys, get it.